So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. When a man tells a woman who's married to another man that if you leave him, I will take care of you for the rest of your life, should we then feel sorry for that man when he takes care of that woman for 20 years of her life as his wife? Then she divorces him and he has to take care of her for the rest of her life as his ex-wife. See, this is where having a spiritual connection to the Most High comes in, and many of you men don't have that. When it all boils down, it is your responsibility as a man to suffer the consequences and repercussions of your decisions. So when Dr. Dre told Sadell Threet's wife, Nicole, Threet, not Young, Threet, that he would take her from her husband, take care of her for the rest of her life, better than he ever could, his chickens are now coming home to roost. So all of you men are in your feelings about this because you have no spiritual connection, so all you can be in is your feelings. But see, over here in the alpha sphere, we like to break things down from a masculine perspective, a true masculine perspective. Not an attack the woman all the time perspective, but a true masculine perspective, the perspective of a man who owns his decisions and says these consequences are a result of my decision. And so I don't seek any sympathy for that because I didn't give any sympathy when I was committing action. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, this isn't some pander to the female type of content or anything like that, because, I don't play that game. But what I will not do is join in the midst of the barrel full of brothers who are always figuring out a way to absolve a man from responsibility for his actions. This man told a woman, I know you have a husband, but he can't take care of you as good as I can. I will take care of you for the rest of your life. And the woman left her husband to be with him, which means he was already dealing with this woman before she was divorced from her husband. He was committing adultery with this man's wife. Thou shalt not commit adultery with another man's wife. But Dr. Dre did it. Many of us have done it. And so while you're sitting around here worrying about Dr. Dre's repercussions, you need to be glad that you ain't getting no repercussions for your time dealing with another man's wife. And when I say wife, I don't necessarily mean legal wife. If that man and woman are living together like a husband and wife, whether they're legally married or not, you messing with that man's wife. You got too many men out here promoting that type of activity, and it's become so normalized that we'll overlook it and act like the woman is doing something wrong to him. All the woman is doing is saying, man, you promised me you was going to take care of me forever. And forever don't end just because I don't want to be with you no more. Forever ends when they lay me down to rest. So he might have 20, 30, 40 more years of this, but he promised the woman he would give her this. He told the woman, I'm going to take care of you. And he's gotten richer and richer and richer. So now him taking care of her means he's got to pay her $300,000 a month, which is $3.6 million a year. In 10 years, that's $36 million. You understand what I'm saying? In 30 years, that's over $100 million. But who am I to sympathize with a man who swore to the woman he'd pay her this? Y'all sitting around here acting like this woman did anything but held this man accountable for what he said he was going to do when he took her from another man. If you're such a lowly man that you will lure a man's wife away with money, with promises of providing for her financially for the rest of her life, then damn it, you better stand up to the plate and do what you promised you was going to do. If I loan you my money and you tell me you're going to pay me back on Friday and you promise me you're going to pay me back, boy, if you ain't got my money on Friday, we going to have a problem. And y'all know y'all just like that. If you go to work a job and they tell you, man, that, man, we going to pay you on Friday, and Friday come and they ain't got your money. They said we had a hiccup. We going to have you on Monday, and Monday come and they ain't got your money. I bet they won't make it to that next Friday without your money before you come into place and cut up. So you as a man want to hold everybody accountable when they swear to you that they going to give you your money. Well, why do you have a problem with this woman holding this man to task when he swore to her up and down, lured her away from a man who was taking pretty good care of her already? Adultery wasn't an NBA superstar, but Adultery was a fairly decent player on a fairly decent team. As a matter of fact, on a pretty good Lakers team, if I remember correctly. So he was able to provide something for her, better than the average man with the average job. And Dre came along before he got the Apple money, before he got the Beats money, before he got the Aftermath money and all of that. He was on death row when he got this woman. So let's be realistic. What we're talking about is a man who told a woman, if you leave your husband after committing adultery with me for all this time, just come on, leave with me. I will give you everything your heart desires. All you got to do is leave him and come be with me. Come let me take care of you. And now all of you guys out here talking about, oh, look what happened to Dr. Dre. Nothing happened to Dr. Dre except what Dr. Dre wanted to happen to Dr. Dre. He put it out in the atmosphere with his words, in the atmosphere with his words, in the manosphere with his words. And now all he's getting is just desserts. You go out here and lure man, woman away from him, lure man, wife away from him with the promise of paying her. Man, you get whatever you deserve and you don't get no sympathy from me. And this is just the financial punishment he gonna get. Who knows what other punishment he got coming for this? But I'm gonna be honest with you. God is a merciful God. So this may be all he gonna get, because this is quite a bit. Because we look at a man and say he worth $800 million, but that don't mean he got $800 million. That means he got $800 million in assets. So he got to turn some assets into cash to give this woman $300,000 cash every single month. When you sign your name on the dotted line and offer a contractual agreement, a verbal contractual agreement to someone, and they take you up on that offer, all you have left is to honor your promise, honor the agreement. So a verbal promissory note is just as good as a written one, as long as there's a witness. And in this case, God was his witness. And he making him honor his pledge to take care of this woman that he stole from another man under the allure of providing financially. When you make a decision as a man, you get a result as a man. Own up to your result as a man. You men out here that are lobbying against this woman and lobbying for this man like he's been wronged. Nah, he ain't been wrong. First of all, he was stupid enough to marry the woman in the first place. Secondly, his prenuptial agreement shouldn't be honored. Why? Because he promised the woman he would take care of her. He lured her away. I want y'all to think about this. He saw a woman. He wanted her, got with her, wanted her to be with him for good. Took her from her husband, a scallywag, took a married woman from her husband with money. And it's not like her husband was broke, but with money. And he got her. And now he's having to do what he said he was going to do. That's all it is, brothers. This ain't an attack on Dre. This is an attack on you simps who are out here acting like this man does not deserve this. Unless you didn't know or you forgot that this man lured a man's wife away with the promise of doing exactly what he's doing, you have to ask yourself, why are you so butthurt about this? When this is what this man deserves. This is exactly what he deserves. Because ain't nobody doing nothing to him. He's just honoring his pledge, honoring his agreement. Do I sympathize with Dr. Dre's plight? Hell no. Because Dr. Dre's getting exactly what he asked for, exactly what he bargained for, exactly what he promised he'd do. And that is to provide for Nicole Young, formerly Nicole Threet, You know, Sadell's wife, the one Dre took. A lifetime of easy living on his dime. Because he was such a trick, such a simp in the beginning that he didn't even try to get the woman based on who he was as a man. You know why? Because he couldn't. He was a side dude and decided that he was going to buy the main slot. And the main slot is what he got. Because right now, if he ain't got no plans on hitting her with the rocket, she going to forever be in his pocket. As she should. Because he promised her a permanent residence in him. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission.